This morning on WJCL 22 Morning News at 6, 2 people killed and several others displaced after a fire on Wilmington Island. What neighbors say they heard just moments before the flames broke out. A deadly strike in the Caribbean has lawmakers questioning Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's orders. What this means for U.S. military policy. And World AIDS Day, it is here, and the Coastal Health District is hosting free testing and awareness events across the region. How you can get involved and protect your health this morning. WJCL 22 Morning News at 6 starts right now. And we're so happy you're here with us. Good morning. Happy Monday. I'm Emma Hamilton. Our meteorologist, Jonathan Myers, also here this morning. And John, December 1 and feeling like it out the door.
Yeah, absolutely. Emma, it is definitely on the cool side this morning. A lot of us are into the 50s as we start the day off. And it'll also be cooler than what we got on Sunday. We had temperatures yesterday into the 70s this afternoon, struggling to get out of the 50s, only about 60 to 62 throughout the afternoon. Now, it will be a few peaks of sunshine today, but overall today we will see a mainly cloudy skies. Had a couple of sprinkles earlier this morning just after 4 a.m. and most of that has moved off the coast. That is associated with a cold front that is bringing us those cooler temperatures for today. Good news is we got some much needed rain that is on the way tomorrow. I'll track that out for you in future casts and also tracking the rest of the work week forecast coming up in less than 10 minutes. Victory Drive at Skidaway Road, always a busy intersection throughout the day, and seeing a few cars out there. You can see them rolling along. People maybe you're back to work today. Of course, school is back in session after the long holiday break. And as we look at the traffic there, this is in Bryan County, I-16 East and also westbound. Trucks and cars are rolling along there, not seeing any problems there. That commute Statesboro to Savannah, just under a 50-minute commute. Other than that, traffic as it slowly picks up, not seeing any accidents as we start off the morning. Emma?
All right, John, thanks so much. Well, this morning, 2 people are dead and nearly a dozen more are without a home after a fire broke out in an apartment complex on Wilmington Island. It started when a neighbor heard screams, thinking there was fighting outside, until she looked out her window and saw flames coming from the unit next to her. 8 fire crews from the Chatham County Fire Department responded to that scene, rescuing one person who unfortunately later died and finding another person inside of the burned building. Neighbors say as soon as the fire started, the lawn filled up with people eager to help.
Went to the 7:30 mass and came back about 8:30, and there were fire trucks everywhere. We try to support our neighbors, and especially in an effort like this.
The Red Cross showed up Sunday with toiletries and blankets, helping those 10 people who were displaced. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. We'll keep you updated here online and on air as we continue to learn more. One man is dead after a shooting in Savannah. This happened Saturday morning. Police say it happened on Benton Boulevard near Town Center Drive around 5 o'clock. Officers were called when a woman reported that she was driving a man who had been shot to the hospital. First responders met them on the way to render aid, but the victim did die from his injuries. Detectives say that they've identified a person of interest, but no arrests have been made. Anyone with any information on the case is asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number is right there at the bottom of your screen. This morning, authorities are investigating a Thanksgiving Day shootout outside of a Bryan County convenience store. It happened at the Zippin gas station on Black Creek Church Road in Ellabelle. The Bryan County Sheriff's Office telling us 2 men got into a fight and pulled out guns, shooting at each other. An off-duty deputy stepped in and one of the men aimed his gun at the deputy. The deputy then firing his gun, hitting the man at least once in the leg. Both of those men did run from the scene. Deputies later found one of them in a nearby home. He was taken to the hospital for treatment and later released. The sheriff's office is now investigating the men involved in the altercation. The deputy is being investigated by the Regional Force Investigation Team. Right now, California officials are searching for a shooting suspect after 4 people were killed and 11 others were injured during a mass shooting in Stockton on Saturday. Police responded to a banquet hall after receiving reports of gunfire at a family gathering. Victims range in ages from juveniles to adults and have been transported to local hospitals. Police believe this could be a targeted incident, but the investigation is still ongoing. This morning, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is facing new scrutiny. A report claims that he ordered U.S. forces to kill everyone on board a suspected drug boat, which could be a war crime. Lawmakers in both the House and Senate are now launching investigations into that strike in the Caribbean. ABC's Perry Russum has the details.
This morning, bipartisan fallout over the Trump administration's escalating military campaign in the Caribbean. The Washington Post reports after U.S. forces carried out a strike in September on a suspected drug boat that left 2 survivors struggling in the water, a second strike was carried out to kill them. This was allegedly done to comply with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's initial orders to kill all passengers on the boat. Now lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say Hegseth may have violated international law.
This rises to the level of a war crime if it's true.
When people want to surrender, you don't kill them, and they have to pose an imminent threat. It's hard to believe that 2 people on a raft trying to survive would pose an imminent threat.
Hegseth defending his orders, saying the intent is to stop lethal drugs, destroy narco boats, and kill the narco terrorists who are poisoning the American people. Biden coddled terrorists, we kill them. President Trump responding to the report.
I'm going to find out about it, but Pete said he did not order the death of those 2 men.
Some experts argue even if Hegseth did not order that second strike, it may still be a violation of the laws of war. It comes as President Trump escalates his threats against Venezuela, warning all airlines, pilots, drug dealers, and human traffickers, please consider the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela to be closed in its entirety. Venezuela calling that warning a colonialist threat to its sovereignty. Trump was asked whether his airspace comment means strikes against Venezuela are imminent.
Don't read anything into it.
Trump revealing he has spoken to Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, but not sharing details. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
World AIDS Day is being observed across the coastal empire, with local health leaders using the day to educate and empower communities. WJCL 22 News' Madeline Cooper joining us live with a look at the events happening this month. Good morning, Madeline.
Good morning, Emma. The Coastal Health District is recognizing World AIDS Day by hosting several events throughout this month, focusing on spreading awareness, prevention, and providing support for the community. They will be hosting 3 events this month, and the first event is today. It's an awareness gathering today from 12:30 to 2 here at the Susan Alt Care Center in Savannah. There are also 2 free HIV testing events, December 11th at the Chatham County Health Department, December 18th at the Glenn County Health Department in Brunswick. Testing is free and confidential, and results come back in just about a minute. Anyone 16 and up can get tested. The CDC reported in 2023 that Georgia ranked 4th highest among the nation for HIV infection among adults and adolescents. The Coastal Health District says these events help cut through that stigma and connect people to year-round resources, including medical care, case management, and walk-in testing. You can find more information on testing and how you can get involved to help provide support for the community and spread awareness on our website at WJCL.com. Back to you.
Happening today, local children in need are about to get some extra warmth this winter. Kennedy's Heating, Air, and Plumbing is kicking off its 6th annual Coats for Kids drive. That campaign is in partnership with the United Way of the Coastal Empire. Kicks off today at 11 o'clock at Kennedy's on Wilmington Island. New coats collected will be distributed to local children who need them most, helping families stay warm during the cold months. Donations are being accepted at all of the United Way of the Coastal Empire's offices on your screen now through January 2nd. It is right now 6:08, and Georgia Southern football shaking up its coaching staff. We'll tell you who's out and what this means for the Eagles ahead of the bowl game. From reading time to life lessons, one Low Country teacher is shaping both the minds and hearts of her 5th grade students. We'll introduce you to the woman inspiring students at Okeechobee Elementary coming up in an all-new teacher feature.
Live look downtown Savannah. A lot of clouds are rolling through. Temperatures are cool into the 50s and dry today, but some rain is on the way. I'll track it out for you in the certified most accurate forecast next. And to keep up with that forecast throughout the day, just download our WJCL 22 News app.
Your news, weather, and Savannah's hottest hits on Hot 98.3.